think death makes people question their own mortality, doesn't it?
Oh,
I think it just, well, maybe not question it, but like it shines a light on it. Like,
they have to think about it.
You know what? Life is a little short.
Brother, think about your life right now. How much do you give thought to your death? Not a whole lot, I would imagine.
Not a whole lot.
Yeah, right. Because of where you're at.
Right.
But the closer you get to it, yes. And when somebody close to you dies, that affects you. Because now you don't have them no more. Now it depends on what your relationship with them is and how much it affects you.
And welcome into another episode of No Fee Philosophy. My name is Scott Sagent, and I'm here with my good friend James Hampton. James, thanks for being with me.
My pleasure.
I'm going to propose a very interesting question to you here. If you get on board the reincarnation or learning through many different lifetimes or different incarnations and lives, experiences, obviously most of us have no memory of the previous, right? Because otherwise, what would be the point if we had all our memories, all our knowledge, wisdom? So the question is, if you weren't clean slated, like let's say at the end of this life, and you were going to enter your next life with this awareness, knowledge, and wisdom that you have now, would you like to? Would you like to live more than once? Having to experience everything, but it's not the first time.
Well, let me clarify the question, because are you asking me would I like to come back again and retain my previous experience?
If you had an option to. Because I think there's goods and bads to it. Everything has goods, and back to the basic principle. There is nothing that exists that doesn't have both the yin and the yang attached. Well, the reason I propose it that way is because I think most people would hear that question and think, oh yeah, absolutely. Basically the accumulation of the knowledge. If I could only live it over again with knowing what I know now or whatever it is. You know, it would almost be a no-brainer to most people. But at the same time, if you did that, all those firsts.
The firsts become fewer and fewer.
Right. And the magic is gone.
You know, a friend of mine used to say that. He goes, the older you get, the fewer and fewer firsts you get. And this is one of the things I've always thought about when they showed immortality. They've portrayed immortality in movies and such, like vampires or what are the live forever or live for hundreds of years. It would be difficult not to become tainted and not to become jaded. Because even in this one existence, it's difficult to maintain a sense of wonder and awe, a sense of magic, if you will.
Yep.
Because the rainbow is only magic when you don't know what makes it happen. Because when you know too much, it can be a terrible thing. And when you don't know enough, it can be a terrible thing. But to know enough to get by and maintain the awe and the wonder and the magic of the world, that's a trick. It's a tightrope.
So would you like to live more than once as you?
No. I say that pretty quick.
I agree with you, but
that was my spontaneous response.
Right.
No.
Right. I agree with you, but I at the same time feel like we're probably in the minority of the people that would answer that way.
When we talk about being reincarnated, there are many different points of view on that. You know, some Buddhists believe that you're reincarnated every moment or every morning that you wake up. You're not the same person that you were the day before. The guy that sits down to read his newspaper on the train is not the same guy that was standing on the platform waiting on the train.
And well, that also falls into the parallel worlds theory too. That every decision is a new veer off from the current, everything.
So
every choice we make.
In a very real way, we're reincarnated every moment. And then there, of course, are people that believe that you're reincarnated after death. But now, once again, I refer back to Alan Watts because I've been listening to a lot of him. And it actually started out with talking about how the mythology of God back in the day, and we have a different mythology today. You know, God created everything, and He was the king, and He was to be feared and revered, and what. But now today, our mythology is that we're a fucking a mistake, a phenomenon of nature. That just this big bang happened, and globules came into existence, and we evolved into this being that we are now, and that everything is just a physical, natural phenomenon with no magic behind it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And one has no magic, and one has too much.